everyone, welcome back to Ormsby Farm. My name is Casey. On today's video, I'm joining in on a collaboration for the Last Chance Cook-Off. Super excited. I'm gonna first start off by saying, I'm not the griller in the family. That is brother Kris. Now I can throw down with the throwdown, but still, grilling duties belong to Kris, but it's just me here this weekend, so I gotta do what I gotta do. And y'all, this collab was put together by these channels on the screen. I'll leave all information in the description box of playlists and giveaways and all that good kind of stuff. There's gonna be a lot of amazing channels in there. A lot that you may know that I talk about all the time. So what I'm going to do today is I'm taking this pork roast, I'm just doing a small one, and I'm gonna turn it, I'm gonna smoke it out on the gas grill and do some pulled pork with my homemade pork rub, and I'm also gonna do my homemade sauce for my pulled pork. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this into this. Let's roll that intro.
I'm coming home.
So I know you're starting off by thinking, Casey, it's still frozen. First of all, quick, fast restaurant tip. If it is frozen, the easiest way to do it is to put it in an ice bath or cold water. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna go ahead and get seasoned, and I'm actually gonna let it marinate before I start smoking it. It's early in the morning, it's probably, where's my clock? About 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm gonna let it marinate in some Dr. Pepper, well, some knockoff Dr. Pepper. And then we're gonna pat it off and we're gonna go ahead and we're going to rub it down with my homemade rub. And right here, I'm going to show you how I made that rub. So now that it is in the rub, I'm gonna rub it down, I'm gonna let it sit for a minute, and then I'm gonna put it in some tin foil. One thing that I've learned about smoking on the gas grill is most gas grills, now are the fancy ones that have the smoker that's attached on the side, but most gas grills have two burners, at least two burners. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna go ahead and light one of the sides and leave the other side off. Don't turn it on, no touch it, don't do nothing, just leave it. Leave the grill on it, take the grill off of the side that you are lighting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a aluminum foil ball of wood chips. Where's my wood chips? Oh. Good, there we go. So now let's go ahead and we're gonna head out to the grill and I'm gonna go ahead and get it heated up. Now the temperature, there's usually a thermometer on your gas grill. You wanna keep it between 225 and 250. Definitely don't wanna go over 300 because you're gonna do it at a slow pace. Smoking is at a slow pace to get all the flavors marinated into this meat. So it'll take a little bit longer, but it's so worth it. So let's go out to the grill. Turn on for me, please. Hello? Can you turn on for me, please? I know brother Kris usually turns you on, but can you turn on for me, please? Hello? Is anybody there? Once you have your grill going, go ahead and let it get up to temperature. First, bring it up to temperature before you put the wood chips in there. Again, you want to keep it to like 225, 250. I don't like to do it higher than that. Again, it's a slower process. Once it is up to your temperature, that's when you're gonna wanna go ahead and you wanna put your pellets or your wood chips or whatever you're using. You could just use a log. Put that on the side where the flame is and close it and let the smoke start going. I like to give it about 10-15 minutes before I put my meat on there. And it's about 2 hours for every pound of meat that you put on for the smoking. So mine's about 2 pounds, so I'm gonna do it for about 4 hours. So while I'm doing that, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about the sauce. So the sauce that I'm using is actually a homemade sauce from our tomatoes this year, and it's from the Ball Book of Home Preserving. Y'all know I love this. I use it all the time. It's called the chicken wing sauce. And it's kind of like a buffalo sauce, but it's like a sweeter, kind of barbecue-ish tasting, which is why I love it on my pork. It's gotten this great sweet and spicy kind of flavor to it. I'm gonna leave the recipe in the description box below. Also, if you wanna get the Ball Canning Book of Recipes, there's 400 different recipes. There's always one in my Amazon affiliate store, which is in the link below. So I like to go ahead and grab one of those off the shelves. I do can probably about 10 or 12 of them for the year, and that lasts for chickens and pork roasts and that kind of stuff. And again, it is so delicious. And I don't put it on until the very end. I always do a dry rub for any grilling that I do. And I'll tell you why. I worked for about 15 years with a steakhouse. If you followed me on my channel and on our family's reality show, Being Casey, you know that I worked for a steakhouse for a long time. One thing that I learned from working at that steakhouse is the dry rub is the best way to get an even, slower cook. I don't like well done stuff. I don't like chewy stuff. I like with my steaks, I like it a good rare. And if you put a wet sauce on top of your meat before you grill it, it actually cooks it faster and will get dried out faster. I know that sounds weird thinking about it because you're like, Casey, how can it do that when there's wet sauce on it? I don't know. I don't know the science on it. All I know is that if you put a wet marinade, you leave the marinade on the pork roast or the steak or the chicken, it dries out faster. So I just do a dry rub. Now I do marinate my my meat before, usually for about an hour. And I did that before I did the rubbing of the meat on there. And what I do for my pork, as crazy as it sounds, I like to marinate in a Dr. Pepper. Really, all that I do is I pour 1 can of Dr. Pepper in a giant Ziploc bag. I put the meat in there and I go ahead and I put half of the sauce in with it too. Give it a good shake and let it sit for an hour in the refrigerator. It's gonna soak in all of those yummy, marinated, delicious flavors and the Dr. Pepper. And then after your hour is up, you're gonna pat it dry, and that is when you are going to put your rub on there. I like to put the rub on there, and then I like to close it up in like a tinfoil teepee, and that is what I'm gonna cook it in the smoker on the grill. For the first probably 2 hours, I leave the teepee closed, and then I open it up and let some of the smoke flavors get into the teepee hut so that it can smoke properly throughout. So now it's just kind of like a waiting game. As I wait for the 4 hours to be up to try my meat and put it on a sandwich bun. So Lord, what am I gonna do for the next 3 hours? The native one is rosé. So that
Ooh, you lucky.
I know, What? It was a funny part. I'll go ahead and head over to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Spotify while you're waiting for your meat to smoke and listen to seasons 1 through 3 of Round the Hay Bale with myself, Monica from Bland's Promised Land Ranch, Alicia from Country Mama Musing, Lisa, my boo thing, from Yogi Hollow. All right, y'all, let's get back to smoking. And then once your time is up, you're gonna go ahead and take it off the grill. Now I'll tell you one more step that I didn't mention before. What I like to do is after the first 2 hours, when I open my aluminum foil teepee, I like to go ahead and use that marinade that I was marinating the pork in before and baste it on. Basting's not just for turkeys. Oh, Okay. And I basted every 30 minutes for the last 2 hours just to give it a little bit of glaze and crisp to it. Once you take it out there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put it on a plate. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shred it. 2 forks is the best way to shred. It sounds real old school, but it just is. It's the easiest way. And ooh, look how that pork pulls away from the fork. Okay. Alrighty, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and thank you so much to the host of the Last Chance Cook-Off for inviting me to be a part of this. I had so much fun doing this, even though I am not the griller of the family. Make sure that you're going in my bio box below to see all the different channels that are collaborating in this collaboration. Also, make sure you're commenting on my video and everybody's video for a chance to win some great prizes. Y'all, thank you so much. Make sure you are subscribing to my channel and hit that bell icon so that you know that anytime that new content like collabs drop to my channel. Go ahead and follow me on social media at Instagram and Facebook at Ormsby Farms. And until next video, be blessed. Happy grilling. Grill, baby, grill.
I'm coming home.